Once you set up your light the way that you want, it's important to check a couple of things on the camera. One, ISO. You're holding the ISO button down, give it a chance to adjust, and then trying to make sure it's set to automatic. I did a bunch of experiments, and while it's true that if you go to low ISO, you tend to get better shots, when it's that low and I have my aperture set up to 22 with a deep field, the shutter speed is going to be almost a minute. And the longer that shutter's open, it ends up creating digital noise. So the trade-off's just not there. The benefit's not there. So it's best to just leave this on automatic aperture priority mode. And then you can bring the stops down, again, by holding the AV button, bring it down. Again, the further down you go, the darker it gets. So I'm gonna go also, in this particular case, I'm gonna go ahead and use the live view button, which is in this one case at the upper corner. And again, you get to see the histogram. And there's another advantage to this live view button, and that is, unlike with the traditional mode, I can just touch the screen lightly and it will take the image for me. And that just helps make it easier for me not to bump the camera. When I'm pushing a physical button, it just is a little bit more force, and sometimes it's more of a challenge to get it to not be bumped. And if it's bumped, it just makes it a little bit unclear. And that looks out pretty good. I get to see a histogram of the results. I'm gonna do a little variation here and just turn this on, so I can get some light to go with that from the engines. And then there's that blue light that I was going for. Don't forget to change orientation so that you're doing variations. Move this back a bit. And so it's same subject, just a different shot, different angle. And that's a good segue into one of the problems you might have in low light, and that is finding focus. So if that happens, your option would be to put the camera onto manual focus and adjust the camera manually, because when it's in the dark, sometimes it doesn't know where to look. You could also go back to the focal rings and make sure that the focus point is towards the center or somewhere where the subject is. Otherwise, you're gonna, again, do 3 shots, 3 different variations of each object. You should have a total of at least 9 photos in low key.